We are back to break down all the ways The Walking Dead Season 10 Episode 15 compared to Robert Kirkman's comics. From Princess, to Beta's invasion, to Lydia's regrets, we've covered it all, I'm pretty sure. We'll miss something and I'm sure you guys will talk about it in the comments. Anyways, I'm Woody Tondorf, I just binged all of Tiger King and am now questioning reality, and this is Panel to Screen. First up is Princess. Not the princess, just Princess, okay? In the show, our heroes encounter this potential schizophrenic who openly questions whether Yumiko and the gang are hallucinations, even asking the capital of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg.
Did I know that?
Shame Carole doesn't have the same self-awareness or sense of geography. After deciding they are real and not orcs, she opens fire on some nearby walkers and accidentally scares off their horses. But she finally unlocks Damascus. It's a Call of Duty joke. Princess concocts a plan to get them new wheels, which involves walking them through a live minefield. Bold strategy. The gang doesn't realize this until they found one of their horses more dead than Carole Baskin's husband.
Get me the fuck out from under the septic tank.
But unlike Carole Baskin, they ignore it and move on with their lives. After some arguments, they make it to a garage full of bicycles. Oh, Princess, just be glad Ezekiel doesn't still have Shiva. Then you'd be Don Lewis. Oof, despite all the hiccups, the group finally gels and sets off to find Stephanie. Now this happens a little differently in the comics. As we said last episode, the gang consisted of Michonne, Magna, Yumiko, Eugene, and Sadiq. In issue 171, Princess also questions whether they're all real, asks the capital of Pennsylvania, and even shoots nearby walkers. But unlike the show, these horses are hard as shit, like Earl in Season 10 hard, and they don't go anywhere. Since their rides are secure, there's no minefield to cross, but Princess does prank them by pretending they're all surrounded by another faction. Pranking heavily armed strangers you've just met in the apocalypse. Fun stuff! Eventually, Princess wins them over with her personality, and they too head out to find Stephanie. Now on to Beta's invasion of Alexandria. In the show, Beta marches an entire horde into town with plans of avenging Alpha's death. Unfortunately for him, and the half of his mask that used to be his boss, everyone, except Aaron and Alden, are gone, so he pieces out. He later finds our heroes thanks to a cat that he finds in the woods and follows it to a hospital that looks eerily similar to Grady Memorial where Beth died. And now they're surrounded. And it don't look great. In issue 163 of the comics, Beta's horde also marches into Alexandria, which was definitely not empty. Rick, Michonne, and even Negan do their best to fend them off until they're forced to self-quarantine in their homes and realize that Telltale's The Walking Dead is available on tablets on iOS and Android. Seamless plug. Negan and Rick have a heart-to-heart and eventually create a diversion plan to drive the walkers out of town and off a cliff, but more on that later. Finally, Negan's conversation with Lydia. In the popular television program, Negan tries to make nice with the daughter of the lady he just killed, which she kind of does. In issue 162 of the comics, Carl has a similar conversation with Lydia, but she's much less emotional about losing her mom. Instead, she's struggling with all the fucked up shit she's done. Carl assures her they've all done fucked up shit, but in the end, no one's done more than Carole Baskin. It all comes around. You thought we forgot. We did not. And that wraps up all the comic comparisons for The Walking Dead episode 1015. As always, some of the story did not happen in the comics, like Princess's Minefield, Carol and Kelly's talk, Beta hearing voices, the Ditch Whisperer, and Daryl doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi meme.
All over there.
Anything involving that tower, and Lydia's cat. Also, at this point in the comics, Ezekiel, Carol, Rosita, Gabriel, and Judith were dead, while Daryl, RJ, Dog, Sweet Jerry, Alden, and hashtag Baby Coco did not even exist. Furthermore, Rick, Michonne, Carl, Dwight, Maggie, Sadiq, Dante, Andrea, Keith, Laura, the Kingdom, and Jesus were still around, while Connie was not MIA. See, it's as similar as the straight meth heads Joe Exotic married. Make sure to like and subscribe to Skybound and check out our podcast Talk Dead to Me. We had Princess herself, Paolo Lazaro, on this week. And even though the show's on hiatus, we'll still be making rundowns, top fives, and more. But let us know in the comments what you want to see from us, and maybe we'll make it. You're not our real dad. I'm Woody Tondorf. I'm sure these Tiger King jokes will stand the test of time, and we'll see you next time.
It's okay.